Okay, just lean over. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here we are. All right. This young lady we got right here, right now, she's a multi Grammy Award winner. She's an author, and she has a hit radio show across the nation. She's the one and only half of Mary, Erica Campbell. Hey, Erica, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
We are right.
That's great.
I mean, I'm so excited right now just to see your face and for you to be on with us.
Well, I'm glad to be too.
Amen. So welcome to the PraisEluJAH radio show. Philadelphia, of course, you already know Philadelphia loves you.
Yeah. And I love me some Philly for sure.
Amen. So we just want to, we heard all about your new book, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's called More Than Pretty, Doing the Soul Work That Uncovers Your True Beauty. And I decided to just kind of take the stories, the things that I've learned in faith, the things that I've learned about myself, and share it with as many women and men as possible, because, there's a lot of soul work that we have to do in order to get to being our best. And a lot of times we're living, but also ignoring what we're dealing with. And we just keep churching and going to work and taking care of our families, but we never deal with our own hearts and our own souls. So we can really be better, so we can really sleep at night, so we can really be mentally free. And so, I'm really excited about what this book has done and how it's blessed people. And thank you for asking about it, by the way.
Amen. During this pandemic, I know we're dealing, with a lot right now. And, in conjunction with your book, a lot of people are, they just locked in, they locked in their house, and it's a different time. And I'm saying to myself, like, wow, like, once where we had a way to escape, like people who may be at home, like girls, sometimes they are, because I know of two sisters who are going through something. It's like one is the more popular one is less popular, and now they just locked in. How can your book really help them, like help somebody who may be locked in right now? What are some of the things that they could do in order to encourage themselves to be better right now?
I look at this time differently than I don't look at it as being trapped. I look at it as God giving us an opportunity to reset, to rest some things. Maybe there's some communication, some deeper communication that needs to happen. Sometimes you can be around a person and still not know them because you don't talk intimately. You talk about, when you come and what time you're going to be here, when we eat, but you don't ask them how they feel, how things affect them. And so, especially with sisters, it's so very necessary to have those heart-filled, sometimes hard conversations, so you can get to a real place of love and clarity and friendship and relationship, because just because you're family doesn't mean you have a relationship. And I think especially for sisters that it's crucial, because our relationships speak volumes to the people around us, and when we have family members that we're not getting along with, or there's some type of strange energy, people see that and feel that. And if you call yourself a believer,
Amen,
you're supposed to be in the center of these relationships that allows you to talk through, to express yourself honestly and truthfully, but through the love of Jesus, and actually seeing them through the eyes of God, as opposed to seeing them as an enemy or an adversary, someone that has offended you, or whatever the issue may be.
Amen. I'm looking at your show. You do your Erica rhythms, and and I love your prayer time. It's like you're like a prayer warrior. I just seen a different side of you. You know what I mean? Once you start doing the show, and it really inspired me. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Where you get this prayer life from? This this tenaciousness.
I grew up in prayer meetings my whole life. My dad woke up every morning at 5 to pray. My mom was always taking us to noonday prayer. There was always a shut-in. I don't even people know what shut-ins are. Shut-ins is when you literally go 10, 12 night and you pray all night long until the morning. And I remember the churches being kept safe, even though we were in the hood. I remember our house being kept safe, even though we were in a rough neighborhood, and it all happened through prayer. I saw people be really strong in prayer. I saw people get healed of cancer. I saw God deliver people from all kinds of things. I saw people, God deliver them instantly from drugs through the power of prayer. And though I didn't grow up being a public prayer, they didn't call on me to pray in front of the church. That literally started when I started doing the radio show, I mean, I always prayed before my shows and, prayed with my family. But as far as for the world, it's just amazing that God has allowed me to grow in this way. And I think my Father who's in heaven will be really, really proud that my prayer life is now on display for the world to see.
Amen. I mean, and you're really, like, to me, I look at you, I said, man, she's so busy. You're a first lady, you're a mom. Well, first you're a wife, then you're a mom, then you first lady. You got Get Up going on. How do you balance all that? How do you
Sunday best
and Sunday's best? Yeah. How do you balance that? How do you do that?
At a time, one moment at a time. I wear a lot of hats, but I don't wear them all at the same time. So I don't have to put them all on simultaneously. So my husband is so amazing. He allows me the space and the grace to do everything that I do. We talk about it. We plan and strategize. I have a great team that helps me plan. Like today, I've literally been doing interviews for the last hour, and I'll be doing them for like 2 more hours, but I've got great help here with my kids. And so the reason I can do all of this is because I have an amazing support system that holds me down and holds me up and allows me to do what I do.
Amen. I mean, I'm just saying, I just love how your diversity in music, when you came out with I Love God, it was it was funny. Like, some of the people here was like, well, who's that? Well, how is she doing that? I said, it's just a little bit, different, but it was fire.
My students loved it. We played it every morning during morning meeting. My 5th graders. We did it every morning.
I thank you for playing it every morning. I appreciate it.
The whole video. We put it on the big screen and the smart board, and we go.
That is so cool. I remember hearing a song on the radio, and it was so not godlike. And I said, Lord, give me a song that would have urban kids who enjoy hip hop declaring how much they love you, and I really wanted a song that people can chant and say it, because your words have power. And so if you got a bunch of folks saying, I love God, you don't love God, or what's wrong with you? It begins to spread, and people want to know more about the love of Jesus. Like, why are you so happy about the love of God? What's so cool about God? Because there's still many that don't know that Jesus is real and that he saves. And so even though the song is not quote unquote traditional or gospel sounding, it's very much rooted in understanding that I don't want any other thing but God in my life.
That's right. The content is right there. The song is fire. You know what I mean? Yes. So I just love it. I don't know how you and your husband keep coming up with these hits. I'm serious.
All of my life, we love that.
Come on now. Come on. It's hard for us to do the show in the studio when we put some stuff on, because it's like it just makes you want to just get up and dance. But the whole thing, the content is all God. And I mean, we just thank you for that. I mean, yes. You and your sister and your husband, you guys are fire, man. I can't even put it into words, but we just thank you for what you're doing. And we just let you know that we're still spinning your music on a constant. Amen.
So much. I appreciate that greatly.
Amen. So, hey, look, I know you got a busy day, so I don't want to overextend my time.
Tell us a little bit about how you like Sunday best. Like how
I'm sorry,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I loved doing the show. I was heartbroken when we all had to leave the studio, Tyler Perry studio in Atlanta. But I was happy when we decided to do it virtually, because I feel like you still get the power and emotion in the music. You still get these performances. You still see these people, trying new things and stepping out of their comfort zone. And I'm honored to be a part, to kind of walk with them through that and give them encouragement and even some critiques. Sometimes it's really, really been amazing.
Amen. It's good to have you on there. I mean, CeCe Wineland was doing such a great job, but they just need you got a certain kindness to you, like, you know what I mean, like an intrinsic kindness that's inside of you, that you and CeCe got that thing, and I'm glad that you're there. Just
we have enough Simons. So.
Yeah, we got enough Simons in the world. We don't need no more of that, But we just thank you for just being who you are, and keeping up the good work that you're doing, because we love Get Up. We love it. I mean, you're really doing a knockout job. You got me taking notes, so there you go.
Is everything so much easier now that you can do it all virtually, or no?
It's still a balance, because I don't know if you hear, my children are loud in the background. I'm 2 seconds from saying, y'all be quiet in there.
It's all right.
So that's the only thing, time at home used to just be home, but now home is work. So home has to be conducive to doing Zooms and doing interviews. So it's good and it's strange all at the same time, but I'm still grateful that God has allowed me to still work, that, I really haven't slowed down since the pandemic. I've still been communicating and doing shows, and, even though I'm recording them on my own and sending them over, it's just really been interesting. But God has still been blessing me tremendously, and I feel honored. That's why I really wanted this song, Praying and Believing, to really go out to people, because you got to pray and believe. You can't pray and be afraid. You can't pray and question if God is going to do it. You have to trust and believe that God will stand by his word. And his word says he always causes us to triumph. His word says he'd never leave us nor forsake us. His word says that he'd always be with us. And so when you stand on that, you pray and you believe, and then you declare what God has said to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amen.
So that's why I'm excited about this song, Praying and Believing. And I thank you guys for playing it.
Amen. I'm serious when I say this. I remember when Mary first came out, and all the naysayers, skepticism. But I said, but now look at this, how you're leading the pack in prayer and teaching and showing people the way for this generation. It's funny how, the test that you and your sister had to go through to get, make things easy for us to come up behind you. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it was pretty challenging, especially when you're just, you just loving Jesus and you're just trying to spread God's goodness in the way that he's given it to you. And I understand people don't always understand, but sometimes it was hurtful to hear that there were pastors at churches that would say, don't play them in my church. Don't sing their music. It's not gospel. And so it was just really interesting that you could write a song that says, I just want to praise you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that ain't gospel.
Right.
But we're not surprised at that. It's the same thing that Pharisees did, when Jesus was on the earth. They were questioning him. So I don't get bothered by it. I feel honored, because when you're doing something real great, of course the enemy is going to fight you. If the enemy ain't fighting you at all, you ought to second guess what you're doing, because if you're really doing damage to his kingdom, he coming for your head. And so the enemy was coming for our head, but we're still telling people about Jesus, still singing, whether together or solo. And God is gracious and kind and has allowed us to still be here. So I'm grateful for it, for the good, the bad, all of it.
Amen.
Amen. Hey, look, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Keep up the good work. You know what I mean? You're an awesome person. We love you.
Absolutely. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, now.